Okay, hi everybody. This is like my first live broadcast, and I'm just trying to get everything right. My name is Lisa from Groovy Lotus Yoga. I'm not sure if anyone's watching yet, but if you start to tune in, here's what's happening. Every Saturday at 9:30, I'm going to present a live little 15-minute class called Feel Good in 15. It's obviously going to be free on my YouTube channel, Groovy Lotus Yoga. You can get it on my Facebook page, Groovy Lotus Yoga. Also, Lisa Pelliconi RC, my private page. Feel Good in 15. So I'm going to show you is number one, anyone can do yoga. And number two, you don't have to do it for a whole hour, although that's a lovely practice and recommended. If you have no time, even 10 minutes, but 15 minutes is a decent little scope of time to make yourself feel better. So let's get started. Do you wake up with aches and pains? Do you wake up not feeling rested? And do you wake up with an uncalm mind, with a monkey mind, squirrel mind? You're thinking a million things to do. You're rushing around. Yoga is perfect for you then. So uh, first of all, it pays to take the first few minutes of 15 and calm the heck down and relax. So the first thing I would say to do would be to get out of your bed and just sit on a pillow on the floor. If you have something pretty to look at, that's fine, but your eyes are going to be closed eventually anyway. But a beautiful environment is nice, not necessary. Sit down, sit nice and tall. Make sure you feel yourself sitting. And then you just want to really just sit nice and tall, but relax your shoulders, relax your neck, relax your jaw, your eyeballs, everything. In fact, the process of meditation, a lot of it can be just relaxing the body part and breathing. So just begin to close your eyes, settle in, and begin breathing normally. Now it's 9:37, so we're starting now. Believe that we can do this in 15 minutes. So close your eyes or just look down at nothing and just begin to breathe normally, sitting up tall. You don't have to do anything to your breath. Just notice it. Feel where it's coming in from. And then eventually, as you come to be a little bit more relaxed, try deepening and slowing your breath just a little bit. As you take these deep breaths, notice how it makes you feel. Your heart rate, everything just comes to a nice, even keel. Once you've done this for a minute or so, just imagine that you're picking body parts to help relax. So you can wiggle your toes and just relax your toes and your legs. Draw your attention there, and with every exhale, let the exhales relax all the different parts of your body. Your belly, let it all go. You're not taking pictures right now. You don't have to suck your belly in. Roll your shoulders up and back. Let that jaw relax. Let the eyes relax, the space in between your eyes. And as things come into your mind, just let them float out. You'll think about it in 16 minutes. So once you're nice and calm like this, you've done, half the job. Already your nervous system is reacting to this new sense of calm. Feel free to set an intention, something so simple. Today will be a wonderful day. It will be a productive day. It will be a joyous day. I will find peace today. I will maintain peace and calm today. Believe me, saying that a few times um, makes a world of difference. Now let's get to uncreaking that body. Well, we just did all that relaxing. It's only 2 minutes in. So you would take that calming. You could even do that for another minute or two. Sitting up nice and tall, tenting your fingers. Inhale. Bring your arms out. Now, if you have shoulder issues, you're probably not going to get past here. You could always cactus your arms, or you can bring your arms up, or you can even leave your arms here. But what we're going to do is we're going to inhale and stick our heart out, and maybe look up a little. Then exhale, we're going to hunch in, bring our spine to the back. Inhale. So you can do this with a cactus arm. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. This is waking up the spine. You're like treating it like a bow and arrow. You can do this as many times as it feels good, even add a little neck if you have a healthy neck. Just remember to always breathe. Inhale, your heart is out. Exhale, your heart comes to the back. That will make you feel so good. Another thing that will make you feel good is bringing your arms out and inhaling them up. And then exhaling one arm down. And then inhaling that top arm up. And then leaning on that bottom arm so that we're really, not doing much work. We're just opening up one side of the body. Now, if you have a shoulder issue, you can just wrap your arm around your shoulder. It really feels so good. Obviously, you're going to get more this way because your arm is pulling it up. So you'll do that a few times. Remember, always inhale up and exhale down. And really what you're doing is you're working the spine in 5 or different movements. Put your hands on your knees and rotate. So you bring your heart out and then in. These are ways to make yourself feel so good in the morning. The main thing is waking up your spine. You want to juice that spine. It's 9:42. We have 10 more minutes. That feels good. And then do it the other way around. So anyone can do this, and your spine is going to feel really, really nice and open. Another beautiful thing to do while seated like this is inhaling your arms. You could inhale them this way, or you can inhale them this way. Or if you have shoulder issues, you can just do that cactus. But really, or you can leave your hands on your knees. What you want to do is extend your spine up and out. So I'm going to lift my arms, inhaling up. Then exhaling, I want to come out, 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 out. Now, most people will only come like this far down. So once you get as far as you can go, then you're going to bring your hands to the ground and just bring your head down. You might be up like this, especially if you're not stretching a lot. And then yoga people might be down, down here. It doesn't really matter where you are. What matters is that you're going to feel a nice line on your spine, and it's really opening the spine up. And it might feel like a pulling, and it might feel a little uncomfortable, but breathe here for a few breaths. And with every exhale, you're really lengthening that spine. And what's going to happen is you're going to find that you can come down. a little bit more. All right. So really the forward fold can also be done with your legs out if you want to stretch your legs. You can bend your knees. But the bottom line is you are extending your body out because you want to really extend your body from every area. So from the hips coming up and out, and then from the rest of your spine extending. That's why we use our arms. And then when we put our hands down, it doesn't matter that our knees are bent because really the action is up here. So you can modify this for however you feel. You can also take a big pillow and put it right here and lay on the pillow for more restorative. Okay, so we haven't even stood up yet, and we're almost done. But I hope you're feeling better. I want to show you some tabletop work. If you come onto all fours using a pillow, using a blanket or anything that's going to make your knees feel comfortable. Watch your wrists, but if you use the computer a lot, this might not be comfortable, but it doesn't mean you don't do it. Unless it's a shooting pain, it just means that your hands need to be a little flexible. Spread them, place the entire hand down, and then just move back and forth. See how that feels. Your tabletop really aligns your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulder, and your hips, and your knees. You want to look like a tabletop with the neck long. Spreading your fingers out. Inhale and sink your belly down. And your chest and your head come up. Head comes up last. And exhale. So here we are again, moving the spine. This feels really good in the morning. So another thing that feels really good in the morning is if you take one of your feet and you come into this type of a pose. So you're really just kneeling. Maybe you're proposing. But anyway, you want to, what you can do here is a lot. You can inhale and you can sort of do some movements. You can sort of do twists. You can really make yourself feel good. You don't have to do any of this. And then you can just come down and do the other side, all on your blanket. Balancing. Always feels so good. And then before I show you, my last thing I'm going to show you is sun breaths. And I do them every morning when I wake up. But I do want to show you a three-way flow that may or may not work for you, but if you try it and it does, it feels wonderful on the lower back, actually the entire back. So if you can come into a plank, now you can do a modified plank. A modified plank is just a plank with your knees down. And there's a couple of things I want to show you. The first one is actually down dog. So you're going to turn your toes under, lift your knees, and bring your butt back in diagonal. And just spread your fingers and push your butt up and back into like a diagonal. And if you can do this and just breathe a few breaths, it's very good for your body. And then if you can come into plank, even with the knees bent, you can sort of get into a flow that feels really good on your back. And again, you're in control. So if that's a little too much for you, here's something you can do like right when you wake up. You can take your knees apart and bring your toes in, and you can take your heels and you place them back, your butt on your heels, and you can do a nice child's pose. You can do a child's pose with a blanket or a pillow under your belly. It's really comfortable. You can put your head on your hands, or you can do a traditional child's pose. And for a really big stretch, you can just see if you can bring your body down and stay here and breathe a bunch of times. With every exhale, you're going to find your whole body sinking down. It's the best pose. It's one of the best poses. In fact, that's the joke is my yoga teacher told me I could take child's pose anytime. And you see somebody in the supermarket taking child's pose. It's because sometimes you need a good child's pose. Okay, I have a few more minutes to show you just a few other things. So for that, we're going to stand up. I'm going to move the camera a little bit. But right when you get out of bed, the best thing you could do, other than what I've shown you, is something called a sun breath. So let's go ahead and do that. So for a sun breath, you want to stand with your feet just about hip width apart. Look down at your toes and lift them, spread them, and then place them down and let that feel really good on your feet. Just practice standing in a nice neutral way. So what does that mean? Well, your hips should feel like a bucket that's not tipping front because you might be sticking your butt out, or opposite. So you want this bucket to be neutral. You want your hands, you roll your shoulders back and down and point your fingertips down. And you want that neck to be in neutral too. Just feel that, do that chicken neck and see the difference. And just find the neutral. And then maybe most importantly, find a focus, something beautiful on the wall or anything really. And just breathe for a few minutes, standing peacefully. Relax. Just point down with your fingers just gently. And then we'll do a sun breath. We'll inhale and we'll take our arms out. Again, you stop wherever you need to for your shoulders. And exhale, you're going to come out, not down, but out. You want to extend your spine. I'll turn around. And just let yourself, wherever it comes, you might be like this. I'm like this in the morning. Right now, I'm warm. But when I first get out of bed, I'm like this. That's fine. So after you fold, bend your knees and come up again. And then hands down. We'll do that again. Inhale. Exhale, come out, 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 and then down. It's okay to bend the knees. So this is where you might be in the morning. And then if you want to stay here for some breaths and dangle, pretty soon you're going to find yourself, everything's opening up and you'll be like a little lower. Bend your knees, come up, extend. Again, if you can't do this with your shoulders, it's okay. And then come down again. Open up, breathe deeply. Let that air go in your body. Oh, yeah. And then fold. Bend your knees and just dangle. Roll up. Rolling up slowly is something else that feels wonderful. Let's see what time it is. So it's 53. I have a few more minutes. So when you're taking your 15 minutes, after you do some of those sun breaths, that's the perfect time to, from your forward fold, come down and then do your little down dog, plank. I'll do modified. And then a little up dog. Now be careful, but you're just leaning forward and stretching your body. So after your sun breaths, this is the perfect thing to do. even before and after. And then you can come down to a child's pose and just stretch your body and relax it. So you're doing repetition in yoga. You'll do the child's pose in the beginning and at the end, and anytime you need it. And then at the very end, excuse me, let me take a sip. Before you go about your day, just take one more minute and sit again in what we call easy pose. And just finish off with either just a little connection to the universe, a little um, a little mantra you can say to yourself, an intention. Go back to that original intention and just say it's going to be a wonderful day or a productive day. I'm going to find peace today. I'm going to nail it. And don't feel the need to be specific. You know, the universe knows, or so we believe, and have faith. But the thing is to get up and to be present. How am I feeling? I have to do something to make myself feel good. Self-love starts as soon as you wake up. Now, if you want to learn more about taking care of yourself, I suggest you look into Ayurveda. I am doing that. It's wonderful. It's an amazing medicine and science, and it deals with your body type from the subtle energy all the way to the physical and emotional. Anyway, it is 9:56, and we just did about 14 minutes of feel-good yoga. So I'm going to come and see if there's any chat, and if not, I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope you enjoyed this. Actually, the way I could tell that is on my phone. Remember, my website is groovylotus.com, and I've got classes for every style. If you liked this video, please do click subscribe and go to groovylotus.com and check out my classes. They're only $11. They're all live streamed and on Zoom. Hope you enjoyed that 15 minutes of feeling good. Have a great Saturday. Namaste.